just going to share some tips about Reiki, however you would like to say it. So it is a Japanese technique that's commonly referred to as laying on of hands. Many Christian faiths will know that term and are more familiar and accepting of that term, laying on of hands. A lot of times you'll see, like in movies, you'll see like that charlatan kind of sketchy preacher where, you know, they're in a tent and they're, you know, hallelujah, and they're healed. It's not as instant as that, but the kind of idea is there, where you have a person facilitating the energy and a person accepting, but the energy is that of their own. It's not actually the energy of the person that's performing the treatment. They're just there as kind of like a cell phone tower, just to kind of transmit the signal. So it's a laying on of hands, mainly for stress reduction, relaxation, and it promotes healing down to a cellular level. It treats the whole person. It is a holistic based practice, so the body, emotions, mind, and spirit or essence, however you personally want to look at that. It creates many beneficial effects for humans and for animals, actually. Promotes feelings of peacefulness, security, and well-being. It also activates the self-regulation forces by balancing the chakra energies, which are located within your endocrine system. And it has nothing to actually do with spiritualism in a religious sense. There's no religion behind it. It's not occultic. It's compatible with absolutely any belief system, and it is non-judgmental. So it doesn't matter, you know, race, ethnicity, species. It works for absolutely any living organism. So, like I just said, the person who is facilitating the session isn't actually healing you. They're just acting as a channel for this energy. And because they've gone through the attunements, their own energy levels are a little higher. So they're able to kind of increase your own energy. It's a little difficult to kind of explain, but your own body is what's doing the work. It adapts to the needs of its recipient, so the energy will always go wherever it's needed, no matter what you do or whatever systems that you're working with, the energy will always go where it's needed. So even if somebody had a specific request for an area and you forgot to do it, if the body needs the energy in that area, it will automatically go there. So even if you don't have to do like a specific like centered treatment, let's say the person had, I don't know, like my husband, like a stomach ulcer, you don't have to focus on that area. You can do just a standard session and the energy will go to where there are problems. So it helps with meditative states. So if you have trouble quieting the mind, like me, where my mind is always going, you can use it to create a kind of mental calm, which is also why I have this one. Overactive mind. And that's actually what I probably use it for the most is overactive mind, especially at night. Because my mind does not want to shut up at night, and it just goes and it goes and it's talking to me, and I'm just like, just stop talking. Like, it's like when you're having a conversation and someone's just talking at you, that's my mind to me all the time. And it's exhausting on its own level. I mean, sometimes it's useful, but other times it's not conducive to what's going on. Reiki also helps promoting personal awareness. It enhances your spiritual connection if that is your intent. If you don't have any spiritual intent, like when I had my first treatment, then because you don't have that intent, it won't work on that spiritual level for you. So if you have concerns about the spiritual aspect of it, just know that you can set that intention that you are negating the spiritual aspect of a healing treatment. So it balances the energies in the body. Whenever there's an imbalance, like with my husband, where it was centered around his heart chakra, you'll usually feel it in, it's kind of hard to describe because it is different for everyone. So for me, it's either heat or pressure. And there's actually kind of a trick you can do to feel energy. If you go like this, and you go until you feel the friction, and then you slowly pull your hands apart, and then you kind of move it around, you can feel the vibrational energy field. And it's actually kind of fun to play with that. And that's actually a really great quick tip for your chakras. If you're having like a specific kind of overload problem, or you're stressed or anxious, do that and kind of play with the energy and make it into a ball and envision whatever light color that you're working on, and then allow it to absorb into you. That specifically isn't a Reiki principle, but it works the same way. And I actually learned that trick in my holistic coaching course and my crystal course. No, not my crystal course, my aura reading and chakra balancing course. And I thought that was really neat, and that kind of actually helped me with my Reiki, because there are times where I don't feel it as strongly as I do other times. So being able to do that and kind of generate that energy field a little more kind of helps me know that it's working. So I did have some stuff written on my website. So let me just see if I missed anything with that. So Reiki is a universal energy that connects you to your higher self and everything else that's around you. Anything that is a living organism. It is the life force that connects us to what we need. A lot of other words for it are chi or ki, prana, etc. There's a lot of different names for it, but it's essentially all the same thing. But across different belief systems, you will see different names for it. So depending on the person that I work with, I do tend to alter the words that I use so that they feel more comfortable. Let's see. So like that little trick that I just showed, there's what's called Krillin photography. and they're actually able to take images of your aura or electromagnetic field. And from that image, you'll see different colors, which mean different things based on the color itself and how the color looks. Reiki is a traditional system. Our bodies are energetic in nature. Our bones resonate at lower frequencies, where our blood and thoughts vibrate at a much higher frequency. And that's kind of one of the bigger things I use to explain how Reiki works. Is if you've read like Law of Attraction, anything about Law of Attraction, it's about how your mind and your thoughts are literally constantly emitting these frequencies. And that is how Reiki works. So, and I also kind of explain it the same way, especially with Christians, is it's like when you're praying, or if somebody asks you to send positive vibes and, you know, stuff like that, it's those thoughts and those intentions. It's a basic life principle that you just automatically do and you're not even really aware of. So I have on my site here, anybody can go look this up, but so when a practitioner is performing the session, the energy that emanates from them in their hands has a significantly larger biomagnetic reading. And they've actually, you can look it up online, they'll set up a session and they'll do electromagnetic readings of the room, of the client, and of the practitioner. And the practitioner has a higher frequency at 7 to 10 hertz, which is the theta alpha range, whereas a non-practitioner has a much lower range because they haven't been trained and attuned to use and access those different levels. And the energy that's used is similar to those that are used in acupuncture, acupressure, reflexology, things like that. So that's how it works by a distance, and that's kind of what I'm usually explaining most of the time, is that, hold on babe, is that the reason it works at a distance, and especially such a great distance, is you're literally transmitting via your thoughts and intentions. Yeah, so if you haven't read that book, The Secret, about the Law of Attraction, it's a really good book that kind of breaks down how you can use your own thoughts to kind of manifest things into your life and to kind of like calm your mind in a way, because it really does change the way that you think, because you start to think in a more positive way, because your thoughts and what you're thinking about is bringing those things into your life. So if you're feeling bad about yourself constantly, you're going to be attracting more situations that make you feel in that same frequency, which is why people say vibrate higher, because if you're vibrating at a higher level, you're going to be attracting more positive things, and those people and things that are bothering you at that lower level won't have as much effect. So that's kind of how, and it works distance-wise. Personally, I have a calling to be a healer, but you don't have to have that calling or any kind of calling or belief in a calling to gain access to this. Or you don't even have to want to help others. You should want to help others, but you can use it for just yourself. And there's actually a really great app if you want to do Reiki just for yourself. It's called Reiki 1, I believe. And it's a really great app that goes through, it shows you the hand positions, and it has a timer and different music that you can set. So you can give yourself like quick treatments or longer treatments, and it's really good just as a stress reliever, if anything else.